Okay, everyone. I think we're ready to get underway. Thanks for joining us in our continuing series, Onestream webinar series. We've got a really cool presentation for you today. Christine Ong-Estrada is going to be talking about, probably spend about half the time talking about some of our solutions around cash flow inside of Onestream. And then we're going to go through the Actors Workspace, FX analysis, and dashboarding. And we're going to do kind of a different, a little bit of a different style. So this should be a little bit more interactive, and I think you'll get a lot out of it. Okay, I'm just going to whip through our brief introduction. So just hang with me for 2 minutes, and then we'll get into the meat of the presentation, which is, I know why everyone is joining. So. Just quickly about Finit, what we do. Quick answer is we do everything around these products. There's no part of Onestream or the Hyperion products that we work with that we don't work with. So that's full cycle implementations. It can be subject matter expert upgrades. You'll see upgrades. As you can imagine, that probably doesn't really apply to Onestream. Many of us come from Hyperion backgrounds. Upgrades are legitimate projects, as most of you know when it comes to those tools. With Onestream, I actually worked on the very first Onestream project and saw the first upgrade, and Tom and the team did it in 2 hours. I honestly thought I was being pranked when I saw it coming from my background. So just to give you an idea, the last item there, dedicated support, we take a lot of pride in being a different kind of company. And this is one area where it definitely applies. A few years ago, we had some of our really talented people that were looking to not travel the traditional consultant lifestyle. So we came up with a new role. A lot of companies do what we call managed services, and what that generally means is they ask clients to commit to a certain number of hours, sort of a fixed fee. For our team, we have a group of, I think it's 12 people. Almost all of them have 10 or more years of experience, and they do dedicated support and project work, and we don't charge any kind of fixed fee. So it's more of, if you need the support, we're there for you. If you don't need anything, then you're not going to receive an invoice from us. So there's a lot of value added for our clients in that way, and then for us, we get value in that it helps us keep in touch with our clients rather than having to hire a lot of salespeople, and we obviously have been able to retain some really experienced and talented people with that group. So so a little bit different than what you traditionally see. Okay, a little bit about us. Privately owned. Like I said, we're proud of the fact that we're quite a bit different, but so privately owned, no debt or external ownership. There's six of us that are owners in the company. All 6 of us are actively involved in the business. When you work with Finit, you're working with employees. We do not win business and then subcontract it out. And then something we've done since our inception, always been a big differentiator for us, is we try to be aligned to our clients' needs. And the best way we can do that is, if you think about traditionally how the consulting world works, it can be a little bit shady. So most consultants know that if they bill a certain number of hours, they're going to get a bonus. Whether those hours are value add to the client or not, they're probably going to figure out a way to get those hours in. So for us, we do bonus based on client satisfaction, not on hours charged. So we literally survey our clients based on our values. So we ask our clients, has the service we've provided, the solutions we've created, have they met your needs and expectations, and that's how our teams receive bonus. So it aligns us directly to our clients when we're doing projects. And so that methodology, we've been proud to say this since our inception. We have 100% customer success, never failed a project. We have 250 plus clients, and then the number on the bottom right is really what we're most proud of. It means those 250 plus clients are asking us back to do multiple projects. So that's always our goal, is to start small and be winning trust of our clients. So just some of our OneStream customers. I mean, our client base is all across the board, all across the industry and size. We have quite a few Fortune 100 companies. These are our OneStream clients. Let me introduce Christine. So like I said, Christine's been around the space for more than 15 years. Background started with HFM and FDM, and last three years she's been focusing solely on OneStream. We have a team that focuses solely on OneStream of, I believe it's up to 16 people, so it's been growing pretty rapidly. And you can see Christine's daughters. I remember when Christine started with us, they were 5. Paris and London look all grown up now, so Christine, that's sad how much they've grown in the 6 years you've been with us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me just do the quick agenda to give you an idea, and then I'll turn it over to Christine. So 4 main topics. These are going to be pretty exciting. So the first one, what we call 3D cash flow or Audit View. So like I said, we can get really deep into cash flow. There's all kinds of ways to do it. And it's an important topic. I mean, I know probably some of the people attending today may not be like a true CPA or have a deep accounting knowledge. So cash flow is something we face all the time. Every client we talk to wants to automate more of their cash flow or report off of it better. And if you think about it, you know, kind of why is cash flow so important? It's really how you make business decisions. So to give you an example, I've been in the consulting world for almost 12 years. Before that, I worked for a bank and was a credit analyst, and so we would analyze companies to figure out, you know, what are we going to be able to loan them, what's their line of credit going to be, and one of the first things we would look at is cash flow. So one of the things we'd say is, all right, if the cash flow is coming in lower than the net income, well, that's a sign that the company's probably not performing well. So, you know, when finance, CFO level look at cash flow, that's the importance of it. It really is a way of doing a quick health check on the performance of your business. So that's it. If you're not involved in the cash flow, I mean, that's part of why it's such a big topic. Next, we're going to talk about the Actors Workspace. This is pretty cool. It's something you can load in from the XF Marketplace. It's ready to go once you load it up, or you can customize it. Christine's going to go through examples of that. Next, we're going to do some dynamic exchange rate analysis. To give a little background on what this means, I mean, this isn't a new topic. I mean, all the way back to the Hyperion Enterprise days, you know, many people would take, you know, you want to see your actuals at budget rates. So you want to see the performance. So you'd manually copy the data from one scenario to another at different rates, report off of that. You know, as things evolved, everybody figured out a way to automate the movement of the data and consolidate it. What Christine and our team have developed is a much more dynamic way to do that. So sort of in real time, you don't have to predefine that you're moving data from one scenario to another and at what rates. You can literally go into the interface, make your selections in the drop-downs, and have it be created for you. So very cool thing to see. And then last, another item, you'll kind of see pieces of it throughout what Christine's going to show, but guided reporting is another piece from the XF Marketplace. And if you haven't heard of the XF Marketplace, it's a really neat differentiator that OneStream does. So it gives you, it's a market where you can go out and load up pre-built, I'll call them modules, into your OneStream application. So some other products do things similar, but they generally charge you a separate fee for those modules. OneStream puts them out there, and they're free for everyone to get. So incredible time saver, and anyone can access them. So, all right, I think I've gabbed on enough. Christine, I'll interrupt a little bit as questions come through, but I will turn it over to you to get us going on cash flow.
Okay, thanks, Greg. Okay, so for the Audit View or 3D cash flow, this is actually not the standard cash flow which are being built in consolidation systems. because we are using an additional dimension here to allow the users to be able to drill down and to provide more details in the cash flow. So our example would be, which is the most popular cash flow method, the indirect cash flow method. And for the non-accountants, the indirect cash flow, there are two methods for reporting the cash flow. One's the indirect cash flow and the other one's direct. The indirect cash flow method is just taking whatever the movement is in the balance sheet and then analyzing each depending on if it's an operating activity, investing activity, or financing activity. For the direct method, it's more directly related to the cash movement. For example, under operating activities, you could have cash receipts from customers, cash paid to suppliers, cash paid to employees. An example under the investing activity, that would be like, what is the amount of money or cash that you laid out for the purchase of PP&E? Or if you sold your equipment, how much did you receive for that one? So that's the difference between those two methods. But the most popular one is the indirect cash flow. And I guess the reason for it being popular is because it's very difficult, and sometimes the client systems do not have a way to determine what exactly is the cash movement to be able to come up with a direct cash flow. So the 3D cash flow is actually, it allows users to be able to report their cash flow in a tabular format. This is one of the needs that several clients have raised, during the design session. They would show us an Excel sheet saying, okay, we want the accounts in the row, and then we want the cash flow activities in the column, or vice versa. This allows them to view their cash flow in the system the same way as they view it in Excel. And also, we are able to also check that we have accounted for all the accounts or the balances in the trial balance or the balance sheet. This allows you to tie out and make sure that all of the cash flow activities that you have entered in the cash flow statement, you've already counted the total activity that happened for that specific account. So you'll be able to understand once we get into the visual part of the presentation. And also, of course, when doing the cash flow, I've noticed a lot of people would like to enter comments because of special adjustments. So in this model, the users are able to enter comments when they make special adjustments. Okay, so let me explain the metadata structure for this 3D or Audit View cash flow. We have accounts that are, I am going to move on to the next slide so that you can see the structure here. We would be creating cash flow accounts that are prepended with a CF underscore, and then the cash flow, which is equivalent to the same accounts in the balance sheet. And we also have members. We would be creating members that would represent the cash flow activities in the flow dimension in Onestream. It's a custom dimension. It's the same as a custom dimension in other products. And the third dimension right here is the origin dimension, which is new. I mean, it's available in Onestream and maybe new for other, some users who are used to other products. In this dimension, you have the two base members. There are other members like adjustment, but I'm just going to talk about these two base members. There is the import member and the forms member. The import member, this is where we actually load or push the calculated data in the cash flow. The forms are used to just store the adjustment. But later on, you will see that I can actually just type over the data that's already in there. And that's because Onestream allows you to enter data at those two members' parent level. And therefore, whatever adjustment, the total amount that you enter minus the calculated data, it would automatically populate the forms, which represents the adjustment.